Hello Man United fans. You are welcome to the home of Manchester United Daily News. Erik ten Hag praises 3 players after Manchester United beat Fulham. Erik ten Hag felt Manchester United survived their FA Cup quarter-final against Fulham thanks to David De Gea. De Gea foiled Anthony Robinson and Willian in the opening minutes of the second half before Aleksandar Mitrovic struck in the 50th minute. De Gea then brilliantly denied Mitrovic with Fulham still 1-0 up. Fulham imploded after Willian handled Jadon Sancho's goal-bound effort in the 70th minute and he was one of 3 Fulham figures sent off 2 minutes later. Manager Marco Silva was dismissed for dissent and Mitrovic also saw red for shoving referee Chris Kavanagh. United scored 2 goals in 3 minutes to turn the game on its head and Bruno Fernandes sealed a 3-1 win in added time. We created great opportunities and at half-time we should have been up because I can't remember a save from David in the first half, Ten Hag said. And in second half, we came into difficulties out of the dressing room. It was tough. We conceded the goal from the set play and we needed David to survive the game because he had 2 great saves. And then the key moment, it was a great attacking transition and really well done by Antony, really well done by Jadon Sancho and it was a clear and obvious penalty. United will face Brighton in the semi-finals in April, a month where they play 9 games due to their Europa League commitments and 2 midweek Premier League fixtures scheduled. Since the season resumed after the World Cup, United have played 25 fixtures and only lost at Arsenal in January and at Liverpool earlier this month. They have won 19 and drawn 4. Manchester City have drawn Championship side Sheffield United in the last 4. Ten Hag has no intention of prematurely discussing a possible all-Manchester FA Cup final. One thing is important. Don't think too far ahead, go from game to game, Ten Hag reiterated. I think we had a really massive run. From Christmas up, we had 25 games or so and I think 2 defeats, the rest draws and especially a lot of wins. You see the progress in the team. This team has a strong character, strong belief, a strong determination to win games. Today was an example of it. When you have a difficult period in a game, stay in the game, fight back and turn the game. We are definitely in the position we want to be. We battle for it, we deserve it. Trophies will be won at the end of the season, we are in a position to win trophies. But we have to fight for it. We need a whole squad because we already played from Christmas on every 3rd or 4th day and that will continue to the end of the season. That is what we love, that will give us energy, when you can compete for trophies, when you are in a position where you want to be. Manchester United's Luke Shaw reacts after Fulham receive 3 red cards in shocking moment. Luke Shaw has praised the referee's decision to show Willian a red card for his handball in Manchester United's win against Fulham. Although Fulham were comfortably leading 1-0 in the quarter-final of the FA Cup on Sunday afternoon, they imploded after the 70th minute when Willian used his hand close to the line to deny Jadon Sancho's goal-bound effort. Willian was sent off for his intervention, but Aleksandar Mitrovic and manager Marco Silva were also shown red cards for their protests against the decision, in an extraordinary few minutes which ultimately decided the game. After full-time, Shaw was asked about the chaotic scenes and he admitted that Fulham practically threw the fixture away. I didn't see all of it. Obviously I saw that moment and that action and to me straight away, I knew it was handball. I think the way he blocked it, the ball was going in and it doesn't matter where his hands are, Shaw told MUTV. It has hit his arms and he's stopped it. The referee made a good decision with that one and I'm not sure what happened with the second one involving Mitrovic. I think maybe a bit of frustration after they'd be so good, maybe a bit of anger that can only take a second. I think that happened and when they had 2 men sent off, it's a big mountain to climb and thankfully we saw the game out. Shaw also discussed Fernandes' converted penalty and he revealed spot kicks have been regularly practiced at Carrington. Never in doubt, he added. We've been practicing them quite a lot recently. I think he or Rashi, I wouldn't care who took it, they're both unbelievable. I'd always have 100% confidence in one of them when they step up. Luke Shaw makes admission about Manchester United teammates ahead of international break. Luke Shaw has admitted Manchester United's players might have been struggling with a bit of fatigue against Fulham. Since the resumption of football after the World Cup, United have essentially played 2 games a week for a period of 3 months. The fixture list has been unrelenting and it seemed to have finally taken a toll against Fulham in the FA Cup. United played Fulham on Sunday afternoon, Just 3 days after defeating Real Betis in Spain in the Europa League, and Erik ten Hag's side looked to be heading out of the competition before Fulham threw the game away by receiving 2 red cards. Shaw, speaking to MUTV after the game, reflected on the eventful 90 minutes and he admitted United weren't at their best. The defender said the performance lacked intensity and also identified fatigue as a possible explanation for the display. "I think if we're honest, it wasn't our best performance today," Shaw said. "I think maybe you could see a bit of fatigue. We lacked intensity, we lacked energy, and I think that showed a lot in the first 60 minutes. We were really struggling at times. Can't take anything away from Fulham. I think they're a really good side and they made it really difficult for us. But I think in these competitions, it's not always about how you perform. The most important thing is the win and getting through. We did that today and another trip to Wembley, which we're really looking forward to. When it comes down to the game, we all have to be ready. There can't be too many excuses, but if you watch the game, you could probably see fatigue. I think on the pitch, maybe the lads did feel that too. It wasn't our best day at the office, but the result was an important one and maybe a bit of luck on our side today, which we haven't had in recent times with referee decisions. It's nice to have a big referee decision today. De Gea is always ready to make important saves, he did that again today." Manchester United midfielder Marcel Sabitzer gives 2 reasons why dressing room has impressed him. Marcel Sabitzer has praised the team spirit and mentality of Manchester United's dressing room after victory against Fulham. United were the favourites to progress to the semi-finals of the FA Cup against Fulham, but the London club were the better side throughout the first half and they deservedly opened the scoring just after the break through Aleksandar Mitrovic. The Reds looked to respond to that setback and the game was eventually spectacularly blown open after a chaotic few minutes, which saw Willian sent off for handling the ball on the goal line and strong protests from Mitrovic and Marco Silva. In extraordinary circumstances, Mitrovic and Silva were shown straight red cards for their protests. Bruno Fernandes subsequently scored the penalty that had been given in. Just a few minutes later, Marcel Sabitzer scored to make the game 2-1. Sabitzer reflected on the performance after the game and he praised the mentality of the dressing room this season. "There was a lot in the game. 1-0 down, 2 red cards, a penalty, a comeback," Sabitzer told MUTV. "We were very focused and we wanted to go back to Wembley. We did it and that's the most important thing. First of all, I think we played a good first half, had some chances and missed them. After halftime, we came out, we conceded a goal, that's not what we wanted. We knew it would be tough and hard but we still believed. I think we have a good team spirit and mentality, you can always see that on the pitch. The fans were amazing, they pushed us forward and we're very happy today. To be fair, I have to say, 2 men down for Fulham is not easy. So it was a bit easier for us, but we have a good team spirit, a good group of guys. You can feel it in the dressing room, on the pitch and off it. As I've said, we stick together all the time and we're very happy with the result." Sabitzer was also asked about scoring his first goal for the club since signing on loan and he appeared to be delighted. "I was overwhelmed. I was looking for it," he added. "Scoring my first at Old Trafford, in front of the amazing fans, and it's an important goal. 2-1 is a massive one. I couldn't reach it with my right foot. I just tried to hit it with my left and it worked out. Before the game, we were very focused on going back to Wembley and we've done it. We'll be ready to go to the final." Harry Maguire suspension sees some cruel Man United fans thank legend Aleksandar Mitrovic. Cruel Manchester United fans were thanking Fulham forward Aleksandar Mitrovic, causing Harry Maguire to be suspended. Erik ten Hag's side progressed into the last 4 of the FA Cup during an explosive match at Old Trafford. However, they will be without Maguire as he was shown a yellow card for a clumsy challenge on the Serbian forward. His needless booking means the £80 million defender will be suspended for United's FA Cup semi-final clash against Brighton and Hove Albion. However, Red Devils supporters were anything but upset with the former Leicester City defender's booking. In fact, many were even thanking Mitrovic for tempting Maguire into the foul. "Maguire suspended for a potential semi-final if we win this," one United fan commented on social media. "If United win this, it'll be a blessing that Maguire is suspended for the semis," a very harsh United supporter added. "Maguire suspended for the next game. All I can say is good. What the hell was that tackle, if you can call it a tackle? He is shocking. Another United fan tweeted, scathing into the 30-year-old. That booking means Maguire is suspended for the semi-final. Tears in my eyes. Mitrovic, you legend, commented another Red Devil. While his campaign has not reached the same lows as last year, Maguire has once again found it difficult in United's backline. The central defender has only made 11 Premier League appearances all season, with the bulk of his game time coming in the Europa League, the FA Cup, and the League Cup. Ten Hag initially put his trust in Maguire at the start of the season, but he overhauled his backline after their humiliating 4-0 defeat to Brentford. Maguire was displaced by £57 million summer signing Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane, the player who was initially signed by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to be Maguire's defensive partner. Nevertheless, Maguire has been called up to Gareth Southgate's England squad to face Italy and Ukraine in the European Championship qualifiers. Ten Hag will be hoping he returns from the international break with greater confidence and even better form. Manchester United women put to test against underdog in FA Cup, but they make it through to semi-finals. Manchester United women are through the semi-finals of the Women's FA Cup after knocking out lowest-ranked side, Lewis, with a 3-1 win. United had an early scare in the opening 6 minutes as Lewis had the first chances of the game, but some excellent defending from Thorisdottir kept the underdogs from getting on the scoresheet first. It was a lively atmosphere at a sold-out Dripping Pan, with the Lewis band playing non-stop with the Match of the Day tune, but it wasn't going to deter United as Lewis put up a fight to keep them out from goal as much as possible in the first half. Lewis were punished in the next few moments, however, as Russo put United ahead in the 8th minute on her 50th appearance for the Reds, but unfortunately, it was later credited to Cleverley as an own goal. The first United goal put them in good stead to continue with possession in the first half, with Mary Earps barely seeing any sight of the ball. Lisa Nalson's first start for United ended in heartbreak after her appearance was cut short at 25 minutes coming off due to injury. Going in at halftime, United were left frustrated by Lewis, who did well to not give them a chance at playing how they normally like to, and leaving the Reds centre defenders to take shots from a distance. Skinner's second-half substitution in Ella Toone saw his side begin to create a few more spaces, and battle creating some excellent chances, which paid off for her to set up Bo Riza scoring United's second. Just 15 minutes before full-time, Lewis pulled one back through a lovely dink over Earps's head. Another injury setback for United saw Thorisdottir go off in the second half, visibly upset with her injury. Despite a well-fought battle from Lewis, Nikita Paris sealed it for United in the dying minutes of normal time, and they are through to the semi-final of the Women's FA Cup. This is the roundup of today's news. Here, you get the latest news on Manchester United. If you are new here, consider subscribing. Please, share the video to other Manchester United fans. Thank you for watching.